Okay, so you want to start with separating your egg whites from your egg yolks. The best way to do this is to just toggle your eggs between two shells. You could also just crack the whole egg and go in there with a clean hand and pick out the yolks, but I find this way to be cleaner, and the most commonly used way is just to toggle the eggs. So then you want to get your eggs whipping in a cold bowl. This makes the process a lot easier. You could also do this by hand, but taking it and doing it in a cold bowl in a mixer takes about 5 minutes, and that's at a high speed. You want to make sure your eggs are fully aerated and stiff peaks, because this is going to be the leavening agent in your cake. So after they're whipped, you're going to want to put them into another bowl or keep them separate from the main bowl you'll be mixing in. Just set them aside. You could rinse out the bowl, but I don't think that's really necessary since everything's going in the same baking pan in the end anyway. So you want to start by getting your softened butter just broken down a little more, just to make sure it's fully softened and ready to go. And then you're going to want to add in all of your sugar. I don't think it's necessary to add in your sugar in parts. You just want to make sure it gets all creamy and incorporated with the butter until it's a light pale yellow color. This step takes about 2 minutes to do. And then you're going to want to add in your egg yolks. Again, just this you want to do in parts, just so each egg yolk gets incorporated in before you move on to the next step. And then you're going to want to add in your flavoring ingredients. I start with vanilla. You could also use lemon extract to get a more intense lemon flavor. I decided to just go with fresh lemon juice from 1 full lemon. I like the taste of natural lemon juice, and I think it adds just enough acidity to make the cake even more tender. But you could do a combination of lemon extract, lemon juice, and vanilla if you want the more intense lemon flavor. So then you're going to add in your salt and the rest of your dry ingredients, starting with your baking soda, and then you're going to move into your flour. For the flour, I would just add it very slowly to your mixer so you don't get a huge poof of flour and get flour all over the place. I still did get flour all over the place, but I could have just added it in slower or slowed down the mixer a little bit. So then once all your dry ingredients are added, you're going to want to add in your sour cream. You could add in the sour cream with the wet ingredients, but I like to gauge the consistency of the cake at this point, so I just add in the sour cream here. Make sure to get all of it because it's going to add moistness and a little bit of tang to your cake. And then at this point, this pound cake is ready to go into the oven. But I, of course, wanted to make it a lemon blueberry, so you're going to want to toss your blueberries in a couple tablespoons of flour. This is to help them from sinking to the bottom, or in this case, with the bundt pan, the top of your cake. You want them to be evenly distributed throughout your cake. So you're going to want to fold in your egg whites and your blueberries very gently so you're not crushing the blueberries or deflating your egg whites. And then you're going to want to prepare your pan with a little oil or butter and some flour. I think the flour needs to be in there, so don't just do the butter or oil. You want to do the flour too to help make sure the oil doesn't just absorb into your cake and then your cake doesn't come out of the pan. So you're going to want to flatten it out and then put your cake in a prepared 325-degree oven for about an hour and 15 minutes. Because of the blueberries, you might want to go for maybe an hour and a half, but it will be well worth it. You'll have this beautiful cake that tastes like lemon and blueberry and deliciousness. So thank you for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe this video, and see you next time.